Okay, I'm stepping into a meeting right now and let's get into it. Hi, good day. Okay, I can't hear you. I think something is wrong with the audio. Check if it's muted on your end. You know, on the Google Meet, click on the microphone icon. Does it look like it's muted? Because I can't hear you. Okay, try saying something. There's usually a bar, a ripple. Like on my picture, you can see something moving to show you that my audio is coming up. Could you say something so I can see if yours is moving? Okay. No, for split seconds, I had like a little some. Was there anything you clicked? I can hear you. But if you look at your picture, you will see that there is no ripple. So it seems your audio is not working. I can't hear you. Okay, let me just confirm that this thing is not from my own end. This is microphone good. Yeah, it's not from my end. Okay, say something now. Ah, I can't hear you. You're using a headphone. Okay, this is the stuff with Google Meet. First one is permission. Have you had a Google Meet? Okay, let me sort it out. Okay, whenever you're done, just send me a new link. I could help. I could actually work it out with you as well, because you will need somebody from the other end to test when it's working. So your headphone right now is it plugged to your computer. This is your headphone now because sometimes we make the mistake we don't plug the wire. So is it plugged to the computer? Yes, it's plugged in. Okay, if it's plugged in on the core, close to where you have a icon for camera, can you see any icon for microphone? Okay. Is it showing red? Because if it's showing red, it means it's muted. No, it's not showing red. Okay. Um, by the side of the microphone, there's something that looks like a drop down where you can click to see more lists. Because if you click on it, it will show you. Thank you. No, I had. Okay, you can change it. Let's assume the headphone is a problem. Click on it. What options are you seeing when you click on the icon close to the microphone? Microphone and the line in. Okay. Toggle the like change settings. Try the microphone, and then let's try the line in. I'm actually using. Okay, I run software. Okay, so do you think it's from the software? I'm actually using Irion software. Let me Google up what Irion software is. Okay, Irion webcam. Oh, okay. So more like a virtual webcam. Okay. So if it's a virtual webcam, I think it controls the audio. I would like to know how you did the setting. I like it. I like it. I should be having something like this on my. I guess let me plug it to the phone. Okay. Okay. We've been 4 minutes in. Trying to work out audio. Okay, so what you will do now? My best advice, because I can't hear you. The contingency would be to use your mobile phone to join the meeting. Then on your mobile phone, you don't have to turn the camera on. You could just leave the microphone on. So your phone being close to you, you get to talk. Your phone becomes the microphone. So you can just join the meeting as well with your mobile phone. I can read your lips. You want to go get it? Yes, hello.
Yeah,
Okay, mute the microphone on your computer. Click on the mic icon now.
is it muted?
Okay, okay. What could be the case? Mute the speakers. So, okay. How do I tell? There's some invisible waves that are going on here. Okay, good. The microphone on the computer is muted.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and so perfect. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, walk me through on our live session today. You had a couple of questions.
Okay, so good morning. I don't know if it's morning on your side.
Yes, it's morning as well.
Yeah, okay, so this is Joseph from Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've had some chats some years ago. I don't know if you still remember me.
Yes, the number is saved, and it looks like this person has been following my content and the rest for years. Yes, I think you've been following for years. I think I saw 2022 chat and all that.
Okay, so I actually joined your company that is in 2017. That is when I heard about you. And then I started using your services. I paid for that time. You're offering 1 year service, yeah, subscription that is for 1 full year.
For sports betting, Renaps, my virtual
Exactly.
football
Yeah,
company. Yeah, prediction
yeah, yeah,
company.
yeah. Okay, so it happened that was it Sportybet? Sportybet left Kenya, and that is where money was.
Like you were making money from it, like from the software.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
boy, you
yeah.
did not testify all this well. I don't know why you guys don't like giving me flowers on time. But I'm happy
You
you're
know,
seeing it now. Yeah, go on.
reaching you is a problem, Mr. Dan. You understand that?
Okay, true too.
Yeah. So I decided to do my own software, but mimicking whatever you are doing. But now I had to do predictions for Mozart Bet, and it was good, not perfect, but it was good. There's a day I did send you a video, and you uploaded it. So now that is what I've been focusing on, and thank you for the inspiration. Right now, I have my prediction software.
Wow. I'm happy I was able to inspire you. I'm really, really happy to hear that. Like, it feels good. What framework did you write yours in? Is it Node.js or Python?
I'm using Python. In
Okay.
fact, I think uh, I could have shown you, but it's in my computer. No,
Okay.
that's a problem.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at work right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mr. Danny, I realized that Google AdSense was really making good money, and
Yes.
with me, I'm not good at these jobs that you're being employed. I did cybersecurity, by the way, as a major, and getting a job in Kenya with cybersecurity is an issue. You must have at least a certification in ethical hacking, and with that, I'm not yet there. So we are being employed to do ICT jobs here. It's just like secretarial jobs. So we can't get something to challenge our knowledge, our skills, and so with me, I just wanted to get my money and diversify, get out of this employment world, and employ myself. Uh, So I decided to start that YouTube channel after seeing how much people are making with Google AdSense. At least I can see Google AdSense is stable, not compared to prediction, because even even with my football prediction, I can lose maybe in a row of maybe 6, 7 matches there.
Hmm.
That
Okay.
is when the day is bad. I can have a losing streak of maybe 7 or 8 matches, which means you need to have a very good capital and a very good strategy. So I I hoped that maybe let's hop into Google AdSense and see what we can do. Now I don't have a website, so I decided let me go with YouTube. I had a channel from last year, but I had not paid any attention to it. So the channel did not grow. But this year, after seeing whatever you are doing, I decided let me go for it. And now you told us that you've moved from Nigeria, and I wanted to come and maybe pay you a visit there. I don't know what to. How,
No, you can always come whenever I'm around because I don't even intend staying like here for too long. I actually just want to be going from countries to country. Like my next stop should be Canada. And just go to different countries, Beijing, Hong Kong. But I think you said you're from Kenya again, right?
yeah, yeah, I'm from Kenya.
I have Kenya on my bucket list now. Safari, the um, the zebra, the lions. Kenya has quite beautiful tourist locations. So maybe I think I would actually see you in your country. That would be awesome. So you give me a little hosting.
Wow, welcome. So, okay, I just wanted you to maybe walk me through some things that I was not getting right, and maybe this video will also help some other people.
Okay, let me just give you a very quick walkthrough. I'm gonna go straight to I'm gonna go straight to focusing on the aspect of the AdSense. I for a person, like I keep on saying this, in as much as I can come online right here and make it look like what we're all doing is good. Realistically, what we're doing it's not practically totally good. I would tell you the cons and the pros. For me, I'm basically an automator. I'm happy you joined from the sports betting platform. So automation has always been my thing. I learned automation back in the days when I could play the sports betting very well. Like I was good with the sports betting, but emotion was a problem. So I knew I had to create something that would do the predictions logically with data without having been in any way being biased by what you see. When you watch virtual football and you see the way those games play, sometimes you get biased. You be like, oh, this team has been winning, and then your logic doesn't go through. So from there, I went through and I started trying to beat detection systems, and that was how I landed on Google AdSense. So if I'm making money from Google AdSense today, it's just a byproduct of And I think that's how we use it in the world because I did cybersecurity as well. So that's how we use it. We call it ethical hacking, right? So the aim
Yeah.
is to try to see how we can bypass detections, and then we were able to beat Google's security, which realistically Google should do better. So I mean, we were able to build up the security. They should be able to do better. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm stating it here because I mean most times things can be taken out of context. Now that being said, now if you want to make money from it, I would give you the shortest route. YouTube is perfect, and this is why I actually like YouTube. YouTube is the only stuff I know that even if things go crazy, should go crazy, you have something to fall back to. Like I have lots of YouTube channels right now, hidden YouTube channels people don't know, and these channels have hundreds, thousands of subscribers. I have channels with up to million views, and I have videos uploaded, and I use my bot to drive traffic to them. Now, whenever I bring these videos online, because I mean, in as much as I'm quite open, there's still certain things I don't really get to overshow for my own safety because those channels can easily be broken down. If you go to the channel on bots, I don't drive any traffic to it from the bots. That's because I know people would obviously also want to forward these videos to Google. Now my bots are undetectable, but I shouldn't be stupid enough to put fingerprints down to the bot to say, oh, this is bot, I'm a bot maker, I'm driving traffic here. Now what happens is if I want to ever be caught, to just drive an analysis to know, oh, where has your traffic been coming in from? At this real account, if they're real account, that means I'm not using my bot here, so you can't trade them back to me. But if I use my bot, then you trade them back to other channels, and if I was stupid enough to show those channels, they get disabled, right? So now, why am I bringing up this whole thing? I'm trying to let you know that I have lots of YouTube channels, but if shit go crazy today, I can sell them. I have channels with up to 3 million subscribers with lots of views. I can sell them, I can use them for other things, and they're still monetizable. Now, that's because it's a social media profile. If this was, say, a website, the moment it's not approved for Google AdSense again, it becomes useless. But some people will just see the views you've had initially before and they want to do stuff with you. Now, that being said, YouTube has a benefit in every single way. Not to not talk about the extra recognition. You met me off YouTube if I'm not even mistaken. You probably watched one of my videos online where you saw me playing sports betting using the software I created. Now that has given me a connection. So my niche has also got blown. When I created this bot that gives prediction, now people started buying these softwares, meaning more money for me on YouTube from both sales of software, advertisements in Google AdSense, recognition. Sometimes I get gifts from fans, people from different parts of the world. Like I said, if I was coming to Kenya, you would host me. That's because I've been to other countries where I've been watching that YouTuber, and then we vibe, right? So if you want to go into YouTube, 1001 it's safe. Now, what does it take to get into the YouTube? So, for status, I will just tell you should focus heavily on two major things. The first one is the VPS, and the second one is the proxies. Now, you shouldn't really think of making so much money at the beginning. I, for a person, I didn't really stumble on this by intentional. Like, I wasn't intentional to say, oh, I want to beat Google. I think it all started with, okay, I want to be beating bot detection systems. So I started creating like scripts because obviously, when you start scraping data on sports betting platforms, some sports betting platforms use very complex services. Services like Cloudflare, services like anti-bot systems. So you want to go scrape these sites to get the fixtures of the games being played, but now they have this algorithm that chases you away. And now if you're somebody like me who had a startup, this startup was around scraping predictions from BetKing, SportyBet, BetNiger. You had to scrape this data, but now they had an anti-bot, so you had to do something. So that was how I learned how to bypass bot detection system, learned all whatever that made me who I am today. But as I proceeded, I started testing most of this, bot on my own websites because I also had anti-bot systems plugins installed. So I'll go get an anti-bot plugin, subscribe to a service, install the anti-bot plugin on my own website, and then try to see if I can create a bot to beat those anti-bot plugin I had bought. So I will be able to beat the betting sites better as to scrape them. But now these sites had Google AdSense in them. So each and every single time I ran my bot stuff, I get to make numbers on my Google AdSense, and I said, "Whoa!" That means if I had focused heavily on beating Google AdSense, maybe I would have made a living out of it. And now that's where we are here today. So why am I giving you this whole story? I'm trying to let you know it's not an intentional stuff. But now, from everything I've learned, I think if anybody wants to do it, with all the mistakes I've made, the ups and the down, I can give you a clear route. So this is the clear route: a good prosy, a good VPS, and a good content. Now, on every single YouTube video I have, which most of them are in huge number of subscribers, they're not just dummy content. They're not just content that doesn't make sense. I definitely take my time when I do things, and I really do not like rushing. So what I did was I had lots of channels that I made sure the content are things that are human enjoyable. You could create a YouTube channel and you upload a very stupid loop where it's just one sound, and then you run advertisement, or I say run advertisement, you run bot on it, you buy watch hours, and now they stream that 1 hour garbage video and you get monetized. But if anything ever gets you monetized and they review your account, they will never ever accept it. Why? They've been able to learn that, oh, people would upload dummy videos, drive watch hours to these videos, get it monetized, but the videos itself doesn't provide value. These are not videos that make sense in any way. So what happens when they demonetize you? You're gone. No matter the explanation, YouTube would never restore your monetization back. However, if you make lots of human, real, valuable content and you get demonetized for any reason and you try again and you apply, you get absolutely monetized once again. Now, that being said, now coming back to how do you make money from Google AdSense? Now, create beautiful content. I don't really see things as competition. I feel the industry is much. So in as much as I do sports betting predictions and content, I will also be cool when I see yours. As long as yours is a beautiful content and you're not making bad remarks to me, which I don't know why some other people do it, because I don't really think there's any reason to fight anybody. The sky is too big. Now make those beautiful contents because they have real audience. They have people who want to watch them. Now, while you make those videos, the next thing you should be thinking about is the kind of traffic you're going to be sending. Send them from locations where people spend heavily on gambling. Now, countries like I say countries, places like Las Vegas, like the U.S., California, Miami. Now, go get proxy servers from there. That's those locations. They are crazy about gambling. Somebody goes to a casino and he's actually wasting a whole generational wealth. The casino knows these people are crazy, so they spend millions of dollars in advertisements of stories about people who were so lucky at the casino, people who made a fortune out of the casino, right here in Las Vegas, down 3-4 downtown Miami. They're telling you the location, so the advertisements are usually around that vicinity. So because they have a concise space like the Miami, the Las Vegas, the California, the Chicago, they have a specific place they would want this advertisement to be shown. That means if you're somewhere out of those jurisdictions, you won't see those advertisements. But those casino companies are willing to pay off their nose as long as it's within that Miami or within that location. Now, when you get a proxy server from there and you open up YouTube and you watch a betting related video, you see those advertisements. Now, the CPC, I don't want to go there. Crazy. You could you could have 5 clicks a day and make up to $3 because these casinos are willing to pay excessively to have people just follow up their leads. They want people to just sign up. They know you're currently in Miami. They know you're their target audience. They know you must have heard about them somewhere. So they know if you met them on YouTube and you click the link, you're likely going to buy. So they advertise heavily with Google AdWords. Now, this is why I made emphasis on the word proxies. The proxy would be based on your own research. You can have lots of research. You get take our time to watch the channels. We have talked about lots of vendors on proxies because some vendors just give you crappy proxy. You want to make sure you get the best proxy. If you get a proxy of $10, I bet you could make almost that $10 every 3 days. That means if you can get a proxy from a good vendor and it's $10 per IP, you could end up making up to $100 a month or more than that, right? More than that. You can even make the $10 daily, depending on how you use that same IP. Now, the second thing you need to spend your time on is VPS. This is why you need to invest in VPS. You don't want to just drive traffic to your YouTube. If you do that, most of your earnings will be deducted, and a huge number of them, aside being deducted, you might even get to lose your accounts. This is why. When huge traffic comes into the website, when huge traffic comes into the YouTube, and then you start earning high, most times you have what we call ads limit. Ads limit is basically your advertisement has been limited. But what you don't know at the background is there's a second analysis being run. Now, this analysis checks things like where was this traffic coming in from? What kind of devices? Are these devices verifiable? Are there devices that have cookies and sections? Have they shown up again on YouTube with another? Maybe after they watched your video, were they able to watch some other video again on YouTube? It wants to verify if your traffic are humans that can be retraced back. Now, if they ever show up quickly, that means it means the traffic is real. The ads limit clears off. Now this is why if you pay for ads or you buy fake traffic, once you get on ads limits, sometimes it runs for weeks because you cannot what's it called again? You cannot show up on the radar again. Now, why am I telling you to invest in VPS? That's because if you have lots of computer, you can keep showing on the radar. That means you can drive lots of bots right now to your YouTube video to watch a very long episode of you doing lot of sports betting. Now, why this video is as long as possible, there will be lots of advertisements from the location you bought those proxies from. Now, your own job is to actually sit down and drive all your traffic to those your videos. After which you drive them to similar videos. Say for instance, how I earn specifically is, I don't want to go into details so I don't get them on my radar, but it's just something within the summary. I drive lots of traffic to maybe one of my videos, and then I later drive those traffic to similar videos, then come back to my videos and come back to similar videos. And majority of the times in a day, I still use the same browsers or bot states or the same virtual devices I've created. The ones that streamed the video yesterday, I still use them to stream the video today and the following day. So it becomes a returning user. Now it looks like I have a certain real audience because now they get to see the same browser fingerprints, the same device fingerprints coming back to watch new videos. Now, if I had just one computer, this would be a problem. It would be a problem because if I have thousands of bots, I can really want to. There's a limited number of browsers I can open at a particular device. I can open, for instance, 30 browsers popped up on my computer. I might start having lags. It might start being unusable. But then when I have like 20 VPS, I can decide that this VPS will handle 1,000 bots, this other one 1,000 bots. So all you do every day is to wake up and drive traffic. So in a nutshell, you have to build up a niche, a good content. The content influences the advertisements to be shown. Now, when you create content around gambling, one of the biggest niche, gambling is one of the biggest niche, followed by insurance, scholarship. I can even tell you the payment Google pays more on gambling more than they ever pay on anything. Gambling, it's one of the craziest niches, but nobody talks about it because nobody likes talking about gambling. They feel it's something that is bad. I don't want my family to see me doing gambling. But people who have gambling issues, they would spend their life savings. Like they just get a paycheck yesterday and they're all spending it. They don't think. It doesn't let them think. Insurance, you have to check different options. Gambling, all you just need to know is, are they playing? I think this guy is gonna win, and you're bringing out your credit card. Okay, so I think that's that. But if you have any questions, you can follow me up.
Okay, thank you for that detailed explanation. So, I was wondering why is it that the videos that you make on OKEKBot hardly get views? I see maybe 90 views, 200, and you are here on WhatsApp showing us how you've made 23. Was it 23,000? Was it 23,000? Okay, now I understand. Another thing that maybe uh, I was thinking was I wanted to at least have 500 organic traffic. That is traffic from real people. and those organic traffic must come from my videos that I make. And then um, after getting the 500 organic traffic, I can do whatever I can do, maybe to boost
Channel.
have the, yeah. So at least you've told me something, so that at least even if something will look fishy in my channel, I can still have something to to stand with and say no, nothing is fishy here. It's okay. So I've been using the free version, and there's something that I realized yesterday. I did not realize that you can chain up the is it the executions,
The task, yes.
the tasks exactly. I never knew that you can change the tasks. So yesterday I did that. I took one task from my video, that is watching one of my video, then went to another person's video, came back to my video, also went to another. So it was something that I realized yesterday and I never knew about it.
Yeah.
Um, and you've clarified again now. Now my question was this, and I had talked to your sales representative. I was asking her, if I have my emails, and then I have the pro version. When I log in to those devices that come up with my emails, will they still remain there? I remember there's a video you did with someone, and you said with the pro version, when you come back, you will still get the emails logged in. So I wanted just a clarification from you. Number two, the bots that we are being given from the pro version, okay, the bot state that we were talking about, will it still be there? That is, if I visited this, if I visited this, so this website today, tomorrow visited another YouTube channel. If I come the next day and see and look at my history, will that be reflecting on that specific bot?
Yes and no. It will not reflect in the sense that if you open up the board and go to the history, you will see the history. It won't reflect that way. But however, it will reflect because all the cookies and the local storage are already downloaded. So your browser data is different from your device fingerprint data. For
Oh
instance,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes. So for
yeah.
instance, if you open a website on your computer right now, your browser, it stays on your history when you go to browser history. But that's the app itself. Now the fingerprint is a different thing. It's a local storage and cookies, and that's like a different thing OKGBot keeps for you. But OKGBot doesn't keep the browser history.
That was my question because I was wondering how. I think I think that is where I was getting challenged because I was thinking that maybe I should be seeing my browsing history here. So how if I return back, how will it know that I'm actually a returning user? But anyway,
Let me
thank you for that.
let me answer that question well because you're a developer, so we are helping your automation journey. Each time you on Puppeteer, which is what we use to create this. Okay, Python. I think you use Selenium, right? Or Playwright, which
I use Selenium.
okay, Selenium. Okay,
I
it's
tried to learn Puppeteer and I was like, what?
if you're not a Node.js JavaScript person, you might find it difficult, but it's almost the same thing. Okay, each time you launch a browser instance, it's launched it in what we call a SanDisk. So this means it has no browser state, it has no cookies, it has no local storage. However, as long as that particular instance is on, every single thing it does, every website it visits, everything it does with any platform, it's it's going to be active. This is why if you launch a section with Selenium and you pop up a browser, if you log into Facebook and come back to Facebook, as long as you have not exited that particular session, you're already logged in. However, when you close it and open it again, it's tells you to log in back again because the whole browser section has been destroyed, right? So what I did
Yeah.
as a developer was to listen to the cookies. So I know for sure that as I visit any browser, they would have to set cookies on that browser section. So I always made a photocopy of every single browser section. Each time it wants to update the cookie library, each time it wants to update the local storage library, I take a snapshot and then I forward it to an endpoint that saves it on the database. So should you shut it off and you turn it on again, the first thing it tries to do is to check if, because I have a local I have a I created a logic where on OKBot there is a virtual memory to store your browser section. So once you turn OKBot, it tells you downloading bot state. So it goes to the database, it downloads all your local storage or your cookies, and then it saves it to that virtual memory. So when you launch every browser, since these browsers or bots, they all have a name. Obviously when you give them a tag to me, you'll see something like I am bot, then it tells you whatever bot ID it is. So when that bot pops up, it sends a request to the OK bot within the server to say, oh, this bot is coming up on board. Do you have a cookie and local storage? Now, if it had initially downloaded those local storage and cookies from OKBot server, it is yes, it's on the virtual memory. So it heads over to the virtual memory. From the memory block, it takes the local storage and it sets the cookies and local storage before the browser fully pops up. So this is why when you log in with OKBot, you come back again. As the browser sessions open, it goes back to check if there is a bot set on the memory and loads it. So if you want to mimic what I did, maybe let's say you want to code it yourself, you should focus majorly on trying to learn how to listen to requests. For every single request made on the automation, you need to learn how to intercept requests and how to be able to work on the database as well. So you'll be able to arrange whatever data was stored on on the device to maybe somewhere on the cloud. Have you done cloud engineering before?
No, 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 no. But I was thinking maybe I should look for a course on it.
Look for a course on it. It's going to help your portfolio. You will need it if you want to get good in automation.
Okay.
Okay, so any more questions?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
do. In fact,
Bring it down.
I think about Google AdSense. I have maybe one last question. It's about driving traffic. Um, I got one IP, one ISP IP.
ISP, yeah.
Yeah, one of it. That is a static IP. And I heard somewhere you say that you should only use maybe 10 bots on one IP.
20.
20, yeah, 20, sorry, not 10.
Okay.
So there was also an issue where you brought up the issue of rotating proxies. Then I was wondering now,
Issue of what again? Protecting.
rotating proxies.
Okay. Nice
So
question.
like, what should I go with it? Should I go with the static ISP proxies or just go with the rotating proxies? Remember, most of the rotating proxies will be given with maybe a data of maybe 1 GB limit or something like that. But with ISP, maybe static proxies is,
Unlimited.
yeah, unlimited. So my question is, which one should I go with? Should I go with the rotating proxies or the static?
I think the question depends on how financially capable you are. That's because when I do mine, I have lots of static proxy. At the moment, I have close to 11,000 IPs. I have a lot of proxy servers I manage. Now, I'm able to fit the bills because I think I'm at a point now where I make over $15,000 monthly from Google AdSense. Oh, the noise there is something else. Please help me turn off the microphone. I'm sorry, help me turn on your mic so the noise at the background doesn't interfere. My hand, sorry. Okay. Okay, back. Where was I? Process. Okay, so at the moment I make over $15,000, so it is okay for me. It's more like a business at this point in time. Now I can afford it, so I bought lots of static IPs, and then I'm mimicking that stuff on YouTube. Then I have this little partnership program where I can't keep on driving traffic with these resources alone. So I don't run at a loss. So I also drive traffic to other people, and then they pay me a commission of their earnings. So that way it's a win-win for me. At least their commission sometimes even almost pays the whole bill of the proxy. Now, if I'm to advise you, I won't tell you obviously to start immediately with getting onto static IP. Even if that's what I'm doing at the moment, even if that is what everybody is expected to do. Now, when you buy lots of static IP, the bill usually goes up because depending on your vendor, I buy good IPs. I'm talking about something I spend as much as $8, $6, $5, $10 per IP. I carefully select my IPs because I mean that's where the traffic is coming in from. It's almost 40% of every single thing you do. Now, if I'm to advise somebody who is just starting, I will tell them that you can start with a rotating proxy if it's a good rotating proxy. It might be data capped, but you have lots of IP addresses. However, my advice usually goes to people only using the free because if you're rotating your proxy on free, it doesn't have a bot state. So for each time it opens up your video on YouTube, it opens it up completely as a new device. It means it doesn't see you as somebody returning back. So this means that it doesn't kill the credibility. Okay, credibility is killed when at 1 second your device is with this IP address. Few minutes later, the device opened a similar task and is with a completely different IP address. This is how most of these platforms know when you use a VPN. Is because a VPN could give you one IP, the next moment the VPN is switching your IP. If your IP changes really too quick per session, then it might really be that you're actually using something to change your locations. You cannot be in Chicago at a second, you're in Russia, and the next second you're in the UK, and the next second you're in Germany. It's not real, but now this is what happens majority of the times when you use a rotating proxy. It switches your IPs really quick. So when you use the free version of the OKEG bot, it doesn't keep a bot state. So for each time a browser pops up, it's completely like a new browser. And when it goes off and pops up again, because it's free, there is no bot state. It mimics different people coming in from different locations. Now we also use this on the pro. Even when you're using the pro, I'm always advised. I always advise clients to also use the free, since the free has no bot state. You can do 10,000 views untraceable, and then you can have like maybe 1,000 returning visitors, which is maybe what you paid for on the OKEG bot. Because when you pay for OKEG bot, we back up or we keep a bot state of certain limit of bots, right? Let's say for instance, if you're using the free, OKEkbot keeps only 50 bots, like only tracks only 50 bots. So this means the 50 bots that OKEkbot tracks, whatever website they visit, we keep the browser sections for you. So if you run them on an orderly executor or random executor, they would show as returning users. However, if you go to the free executor, because the free doesn't use that port state, that 50 devices will always show as completely unique 50 devices. Now, at that particular point, if you're using a rotating proxy, it makes more sense in a sense that it now shows as different people from different locations. So there is nothing to tie each to any other, right? But however, there is usually a problem too. The problem is usually okay. The problem is usually on the way ads detection fraud works. That's what we call ads detection fraud. It's basically where we have detection systems that track when advertisement fraud are being um pep, pep, how do you guys say it in English? Perpetuated. When they're trying to perpetuate, when they're trying to do advertisement related fraud, such as ads clicking, traffic impression fraud. Now, one of those systems is to check if returning users are actually coming. So this means that if you have the free version of your Kegbot, you can install them on lots of VPS and drive lots of traffic with rotating process. Now, however, you need some devices that look like real human beings that are returning back to that site. Now, you cannot be able to mimic this except you have maybe the pro version of OKBot. So you can buy static proxies, like 4 to 5 static proxies, and use them on the pro version. Now, so you'll be able to mimic some real kind of devices that actually comes up. You wouldn't want these devices to be changing IPs real too quick, right? Now, however, you can now have rotating proxies like you're going to be using with the free. Then as time goes on, it's now left for you to invest heavily into those static proxies, because those are the ones they identify as real traffic. Not like they don't identify the other ones as not real, but those ones are the salt that makes the other ones credible. If you have 2,000 returning visitors and about 40,000, or let's say 40,000 is too much, let's say 6,000 new audience, it means every single day you have 2,000 people who actually opens your page to watch you, and then you have like 6,000 random people. Now it's a bit sane versus when you don't even have anybody returning. So to answer the question on proxy, your rotating proxy is data capped. Now this is now where I think we have a problem, because it's data capped and you watch these YouTube videos, sometimes it gets maxed out, right? But now what I would really just simply tell you is it's a price you need to pay at the moment. But now, in order for you to be able to pay that price, what I mean, a price you need to pay at the moment is you can't earn much on your first month, right? So even if you're going to be doing it now, you have to run at a little loss. I actually just wish people could really go on meetings with me, so I can actually just tell them what this whole thing look like. So you don't come here with false expectations. The first month you would have to maybe make a little bit of a loss, especially now you're buying rotating pros. You're trying to mimic traffic from different locations. Now it is after you've done what we call build an algorithm niche that you can now start in. What is an algorithm niche? When you create a new channel, they don't know who you are. But when people start an algorithm, a type of people start watching your video, you've built an algorithm niche. If you're doing videos on bet power, after a while, you've built a bet power algorithm. Now your videos will be recommended to people who like watching bet power. Now, for you to be able to influence that algorithm, it means you need to create lots of bots that will head over to YouTube, search for the title of your video, watch it, and head over to that same YouTube and watch maybe some other video related to bet power too. Now, because they will keep on coming back to you, it means it builds your niche, but then you have to run at a loss. So if you're going to make money from this, budgets budgets $200 or more, and budget to run it the first month at a loss. Then the following month you can make as much as $1,000 and above monthly. More than that, Dave. Let's just say $1,000 minimum.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
this call was
Yeah.
almost 1 hour.
Okay, so you've cleared my doubts. I was actually my thinking was let me do good videos, let me do good content, and then promote now. Come to pro version, promote my content at least. And then because I realized yesterday there's a video, there's a short no, there's a video that I uploaded 2 days ago, and it got more views than the subscribers that I have. So I realized that maybe the thing is starting to be known by people. So thank you about that. Now the last question is about sports.
Just go on,
Sports.
okay.
Just go on, okay. There's a question that I asked you one time, but you did not answer me. So let me take this opportunity to ask you. I was asking, with me, the way I take these results from the matches, I head to the live session where we have the scores, and then I extract the scores from there, paste it to the database, and then I start working some algorithms on it to come with the correct prediction. Were you doing the same, or is there a different way of handling the same? Because at times you might get that maybe your internet connection goes down, so these scores, getting them at real time becomes an issue. So your prediction predicts something different.
Shy.
I don't know if you get my point.
Okay, let me scroll up first. I'm going through your other
Other
message. I want to
I
know
want to know
how
I
I will
would give
respond to
how I would
this.
respond to this.
I'll respond to
I'll
you.
respond to
I
you.
can see your
I
message
can
on
see your message
the
on the
8th of 8th.
8th
You
of
said
8th. You
you are
said
my role
you
model
are
in
my role
tech.
model in tech.
So now it means at this
So now it
particular
means at
point
this
in
particular
time,
point in time,
you don't have.
you don't have
Help me
help
mute your
me
my
mute your my
listen. It's
Okay, okay.
reverbed. Yes, it means at this particular point in time you don't have pride. Like not like you don't have pride. You see me as somebody you can learn from. It's not a competition to you, which I think I usually see all the time when people come in and I could know something. I could also learn from you. It's just what the world feels like in tech. So in regards to your question, because I know right now you're creating is a SaaS, which is software as a service. This is how I did mine. When I studied virtual football, I got to understand that everything was a sequence and a pattern. But the pattern was not something I could know. I can only stumble on a particular pattern, but sometimes I don't know the full nature of the pattern. So I think I have a block of it covered, but I don't really have the full story. It's more like I could say, oh, whenever a particular team that has gone down 2 times finally goes up and this one happens like this, then it plays over 2.5. And I see it play out 7 times. What I might not know is that that particular thing might just be part of a bigger puzzle. But that's the only thing I know. Now, when I now see that same thing play out sometime again, I might not have to bet heavily on it, thinking I've gotten the full story, only for me to lose my money again, again, and again, and then I go out of betting balance. So what I started doing was I started trying to find like pattern recognition. Now it's a part of AI. It's beyond scraping because I do data. I did cybersecurity, web automation, data gathering, data analysis, Cisco, so many other things, AI, machine learning, and the rest. Now, part of what I now decided to do was to make a copy of the whole entire system and run a pattern recognition algorithm on it. The algorithm is why is this thing going down? The algorithm is not known by me. It is a pattern recognition, meaning it's trying to look at the way the whole game has been playing. It's trying to see the time they played this game. This was um 24th of July, 8:50 a.m. These games played. Now it keeps track of the timestamp when the game played, the team involved. This was the setting as of this particular day. Now, a week from now, it would still check again. 2 weeks from now, it will still check again. So I had a very big Firebase database where I had to dump everything happening in real time and then run a pattern system that can track, if there is a pattern of a particular option. So if it's over 1.5, for every 8 for every 20 for every 8:50 a.m. For every 8:50 a.m. what has been playing for every 8:50 a.m. what has been playing on a Wednesday, for every 8:50 a.m. what has been playing on a Wednesday on a July. So now it keeps nesting up. So it's actually machine learning. It's not me looking at the current scores at the moment. The algorithm runs all through the thousands of records I have, and then it comes up with different likely predictions. Then it runs a second analysis now. It streamlines a whole lot of data. So this is why I spend so much money on GPUs. So within a second, we're talking about over 6 to 11,000 combinations. So it's not really looking at the results. There are lots of things you need to do. But now the most important one is you need to learn database management because you need to scrape the whole data and store them on a database. Then you need to learn TensorFlow. Now, if you want to learn TensorFlow, I think we have Lambda, or we have Python, we have there are lots of framework, but you need to learn an AI and a machine learning system. Why? Because your algorithms, the one you wrote, will fail. You need to be able to write a script that can learn in real time to keep on understanding these patterns. So it has to be a pattern recognition system, which I think I will actually make a course around it maybe one of these days. But I'm happy you're actually putting your whole mind into it. The fact you even came through with the first one, it means you're capable of doing so many things. So if I should point you into something, I would just point you to start learning machine learning. Machine learning is what you need to start learning. Now you've learned automation, start learning machine learning and data gathering. How do you put the data? I think you know CSV. Okay, you need to learn JSON as well. Then you need to start learning how to be able to use those data on different model. The world has made it easy now where you don't even have to do most of these things. Just there are a lot of predictive models. For instance, I was able to create a very good forex trading software that trades forex like crazy. Now the only thing is forex is just something I do for fun, but I've had a lot of bad experiences in it. So I'm actually thinking of creating, maybe whenever I can make the bot, I could just make the bot like okay bots and sell it to people. But the brain behind the software is that it goes through the metaphor. It gets all the forex, what is it called again, happenings. It gets all the records, and then it tries to track pattern. So if I should sit down and say I want to get a forex strategy, I want to follow up the charts, I will be living a miserable life. But if I let the machine learning system be able to track the pattern, now all I need to do is to do supervised learning. I don't know if you've heard of supervised learning.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, but I think okay, I think you do extremely well. Just focus heavily right now. Now you've been able to pass the first stage, going to machine learning. Machine learning is going to just change your whole brain. That is the brain. That's what makes OKBot a bit better. It's the fact the way I use it. I don't just use it. I just keep watching videos. I don't want to overstate so many things on one video. Okay. I think we've been here for almost an hour. So let's just call this our session today. Maybe whenever we have another section, you can ask me more questions.
It's okay. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure having you,
Okay.
and thank you for your knowledge.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll continue following you. The moment that I'll be ready to upgrade to pro, I'll let you know. I just want to first work on my subscribers. I
Okay.
need legit for like 500 or 600.
Okay.
Then yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. Do have a nice day.
When you come to Kenya,
Okay. To them. Take care.
okay.